context of my specific goals, and again, you guys might be on a very different playing field to where I am at and have completely different objectives with training. But one of the things that I wanted to do is improve, I guess, one of my legs. So one of my legs is actually disproportionately more muscular than the other. So a great way, I guess, to kind of combat or mitigate that is to include more unilateral exercises in your program and actually just do more work. So it wouldn't be unusual for me in at least the last couple of programs that I've built, knowing that I have an imbalance, I have done more work and an extra set on one of my legs. So this exercise that I want to do next is a single arm RDL, and I'm also going to be using just a single dumbbell. So you can do this as a 2-arm RDL. So I would have 2 dumbbells in my hands where I'm coming down, into this position, and that's going to isolate one of my hamstrings. And I might choose to do more sets on my left than my right. I'm not going to do 2 arms because I don't want to do a lot of spinal loaded movements. So again, thinking about what I do, which is bodybuilding and bikini competitions, I don't want to do too much loaded work through my lower back or through my back. So if I start doing lots of compound lifts, so lots of multi-joint exercises where I'm not just training the muscle group that's intended on getting work, in this case it's the hamstrings, I'm also going to start to use my back and my core. So doing lots of RDLs, whilst yes it does target your hamstrings, it's also loading my lower back, and I already have a lot of muscle and I don't want to get any more muscularity through my back. So I am going to be primarily targeting isolation exercises throughout most of my programs. But to kind of build, a good solid framework and a strong, functional physique, I think it's very important to include a lot of that compound, multi-joint exercise, specifically deadlifts and RDLs. For me, I'm avoiding those a little bit. I'm not going to make them like the primary movers. I will still do some, but certainly not as much as I used to when I cared about functionality and strength. Now, once this competition series is kind of done, absolutely, you bet your bottom dollar I'm going to be back in doing more of that kind of work because I really enjoy it and I want to be functionally strong and be able to bend over and pick up a lot of weight. But right now, I'm avoiding that just because this competition requires small waist, no muscularity basically in your midsection. So instead what I'm doing is high reps. So I just did 15 reps at a relatively light weight. I can still feel my hamstring engaged, but it's not so much that my lower back is starting to kind of take over the movement. So that wasn't quite close to failure. I'll probably take my weight up by another 10 pounds over the next week or two. This week I'm just kind of taking it easy. But that's my justification for kind of going higher rep ranges, so I'm not loading my spine quite as much.